60. So where are the other 30? Hindi ka na mo pasar, okay? I don't care. So, Hans. Hans?
Sir.
So I throw a beam here, but when can you say that this system is really a beam?
For me, sir, I think it is a beam because it looks like a horizontal material and it is supported on both ends, sir.
If it is not supported on both ends, then this is not a beam.
No, sir, there are different types of beams, sir, but that is one of the many types of beams, sir.
Okay, so you have a point. So beams are usually our horizontal members. However, this becomes really a beam if none siya yung load. If the load is applied perpendicular to the axis of the member. So if the load is applied perpendicular to the axis of the member, then this becomes a beam. Okay? So the other one. Let's draw a column. So let's say this is a column. But when can we say really that this is a column?
Vertical, sir.
This one is vertical. However, same thing. You have to consider the loading. If this column is resisting axial loads, meaning to say the load is applied along the axis of the member, then this is a column. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But how about if this is a column but I apply the load perpendicular to the member? What? Saan naman siya karon?
Beam, sir.
So this column is now behaving as a beam. You have to analyze this column as if this is a beam. If this member, you apply the load during the theta along the axis of the member, so then this beam is no longer a beam. Instead, it is acting as a column. So the really the qualifying criteria for you to say that the particular member is a column or a beam is through its loading. If the loading is acting perpendicular to the axis of the member and it makes that member bend, then therefore that is a beam. But if the member is applied, or if the load is applied along the axis of the member, then that is a column. Okay? So you have to understand that one.
Sir, pumunta na, sir.
Sa?
Ang kanang beam, sir, usually mo, sir, akong sa una pang nung una ko sa beam kay mag steel, pwede na siya concrete or wood.
Yes, yes.
Sir.
Beam is just
Same
ito
thing sa column, sir.
anything as long as it qualifies as a beam, as the requirements of the beam. Now that's one. Another one is we call a truss. So what is a truss? Baka na kayo ng sige lang.
Number of
Katulugan na
members
ni
in connected.
sa tod? Jemima, yes?
Number of members kanang pin connected at their end, sir.
Yes,
Para ma-form og stable framework. Ano, sir?
Okay, you have a point. So, ila to members nga, a combination of several members para maka-one of force.
Pin
So, is
connected.
this that is pin connected? Okay. So, let's say this is pin connection, this is pin connection, this is the support, this is the pin, this is the support, as a roller. Is this a truss? Because the connections here are pin.
No, sir.
Yes, Cabrera Mark. Why?
Kay kung puro ra siya pin, sir, posible matumba kay ang pin pa-resist ra siya for vertical and horizontal, not for its moment. Sa moment, so matumba.
Correct. So this So this system is not a truss because it cannot support moment. Correct? Tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Mo imong pasabot nga this system kaniya akong drawing diri under the truss category is this is not actually a truss because although it is connected as pin, this system can collapse because it cannot support moment. Tama ka, Mark?
Correct, sir.
So are you trying to say that in order for a member to qualify as a truss, it should have moment? It should be able to resist moment? Tama ba? In the way you said it or basta tayo pa akong pag-understand? Sige, maminaw tang Kim Tubak. What is your idea, Kim? Kim Floyd?
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Hmm. So when can you say that the particular system is a truss system? Do you have any idea or what? Kita nakag-truss, Kim.
Oh, yes, sir. Sa ano kanang mga balay or sa taytayan uban. Like katong
Okay? So when can you say, unsay imong observation sa mga trusses?
kuan sir kagmiton kay mga gapurma siya kuan triangle.
Correct. Magporma siya og triangle. So when you say a truss, it is a series of members that forms a triangle. So this one, since there's no triangle in this section, then this is not a truss. However, if I draw something like here, and then this one, I have now, this now becomes a truss because I have one triangle here and the other one has triangle. So this system is not to call a truss now. You have to understand that a truss is just a members that forms a triangle. Why a triangle? Nga naman, why, anong dapat man siyang may mong triangle? Nga nung dili man siya dapat may mong square? Nga nung dili siya may mong dapat pentagon?
Man
Para
ma-distort
stable,
ang
sir?
para
Yes,
support sir.
because
Stability.
ang pinaka-stable na shape is a triangle. That's
Triangle.
why it has to be in the form of triangle. So a truss is just a collections of members that when you connect it together, they form a triangle. And the way you analyze a truss is that you analyze each joint, this joint, let's say this joint 1, this joint 2, this joint 3, and then this joint 4 must be pin connected with each other. Meaning to say nga dapat wala kay moments nga ma-develop dirang dapita because if naa kay mga moments dirang dapita that is no longer, it is a truss, yes, but your calculations become very, very complicated. You have to release the moments dirang dapita. Meaning to say dapat wala kay moments dirang dapita. And the forces that is only available in the trusses are only axial loads. Meaning to say that it's only axial compression or axial tension. There are no other forces nga naa sa imong truss. It could be that this member right here is a compression. Member right here is in tension. Member right here is in tension. Member right here is in compression. Something like that. There is no, when you analyze a truss, there is only two types of forces: actual compression and compression load and the tensile load. So there is no other loads. There are no bending loads. There are no torsional loads. That is just the two requirements when you analyze a truss. Number one is all the joints must be pin connected, meaning to say dapat walay moments, and then all the forces in the joints are only axial compression or axial tension. Wala. So we will discuss more about trusses next meeting na. So I will just give you an assignment and then you have to submit it before Saturday na siguro. So probably masend akong assignment sa Edmodo tomorrow. And then, so if wala na may questions, then can probably end this discussion. Kaya medyo nahurot na sa lang ako ang tingog. Basta you have to understand lang yun.
Sir, na question.
Yes.
Sir, I have noticed, sir, ba, na magoy uban nga mo gamit og truss, gi-curve nilag paagi. So, makonsider na nimo as a weak truss or dili?
We consider as a weak truss.
Oh, like weak siya kay dili stable kay ang imong pag-explain sir kay if triangle ang stable pero nakoy nabantayan sir kay curve gani gi-curve nila.
No, what ang akong giingon nga kanang when it forms a triangle, that is a very solid or that is a very stable nga shape. But when it is a curve, imagine, actually a curve is also a very stable shape. Because imagine, in kanang atong mga domes, nabatay mo na mga roofs atong domes nga mga inana.
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
Sir.
Oh, it is also in the form of a curve. And then we will also have a different discussion with, let's say, beams and cables. What we call that one? Arches. This is what you call an arch. And then we also have a cable. So that is, I think, that discussion will be more on theory one, which is after aning sa inyong mechanics of deformable bodies. But I'm not saying that arch is not a stable one. I'm talking about the triangle, rectangle, and one because they are forms of a shape. An arch is not. I think an arch is not a shape because it is just a one-dimensional one-dimensional item. This is just an arch. However, when we talk about triangles, this is in the form of a shape. So a shape, an arch is also very stable, whereas a triangle is also stable. So, but when you have an arch, what do you call that was an arch truss, let's say, for example, something like this. And then you formed it in a form of truss. So this is also valid. This is also very stable because an arch is a stable object, and then this one, each member of this arch, let's say for this one is forms a triangle, then this one is also a triangle, although not dili tanang parts niya is in a straight line, but some parts of it, say for example, this one is in the form of an arch, but still it has the basic concept of a triangle because it has three sides. So this is still considered as a truss. So did I answer your question, Kim?
Yes sir. Thank you sir.
So each segments of this one is still forming a triangle. So that is just the basic idea of truss. That you should be able to find triangles in your truss. If there are no triangles in your truss, then that is not a truss. So some more questions? So we will have our next meeting next Saturday na.
1 to 5.
Saturday. Yes, 1 to 5.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay
Yes, sir.
sir.
Question. So questions. Sige. I am any questions or any kanang inyong obserbahan sa in your real world nga kanang you have questions about with regards to structural integrity or something like that. Sige.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Naano kay question atong equation 3, sir. Ganina, sir. Ito na
Equation.
FAC, sir.
Equation 3. This one?
Tana, sir. Kanang na-change mo gud to siyang aning W minus FAC, sir. Sin 70. O nga, ana, sir.
Asa dapat ani?
Kanang number 2, sir. Kanang FAB sin 30 is equal to W minus FAB cos 30 degrees. Then, cos 70, sir. Nag-wonder ako, sir, kung anong na-change siya og cos, sir. Ang sin, sir.
Asa dapat?
Ang kani ikaduhang line, sir. Kanina FAB.
Sige daw. FAB sin 30 is equals to W sin FAC?
Yes, sir. FAB cos 30 over cos 70, sir. Kung anong na-change sa, anong nahimo siyang cos, sir. Cos 30 over cos 70, sir.
Wait, sa murag na wrong.
Nawala ang
Nawala ang con, sir.
Nawala ang
Nasayop na
10-20.
sign.
Baroda,
Wala ang
sir.
science.
Nasa iyo, pre. Ayan. Nawala ang sign 70. I think, no? Wait, sa FAC, this should be this one. This system should be FAC, padulong during the pita. So, dapat napakay times sin 70 here in the pita. Wait, FAC W minus FAC FAB cos 30 over cos 70 times. Yeah. Nawala din eh. During the pita. Dirita na lost. Sige, thank you for that, Diri. So, pila rin siya class. Sige, let's try to solve na to siya balik. So, dapat napakay FAC sin 70, yes. Dapat napakay sin 70. Pila ni siya class? So, cos 30 over cos 70 times sin 70. Plus pila?
2.38, sir.
2.38, sir.
2.38.
2.379.
2.379 FAB. So, condition that theta becomes 2.379 plus 0.5 is 2.879. So, this becomes 2.879. So, pila ni diri class? Divided by 2.879. So, muna siya itong mabalantayan kay murag na sa'yo dyan na dirang dapita, yes. Pila ni? 1 divided by 2.879.
0.3473, sir.
So, when we plug 0.4, so we plug this 1 to during the theta. So, this becomes 0.3473 W. So, pila ni siya class? Pila class? 0.373, cos 30 divided by cos 70.
0.879.
0.88, sir.
0.88.
0.8793. 94.
0.88 W. So, pwede na nato na siyang asa naman tayo dapit. FAC, dili na to sa stresses. So, this one, pila ni? FAB, that is 0.3473. Pila ni class? Tama ba? 0.3473. Correct. FAB. Pila ni? 880 divided by 0.3473.
253.38. 253.38, sir. 253.
So, and then there is a picas. This is
54.
0.88. This is 0.88. This one is, pila?
54.58, sir. Kilonewton.
64.58 kilonewtons. So,
54.54, 55, sir.
54.55, sir.
so 54.55 kilonewton is the answer. Sige, thank you sa katong nakabantay. Sige, okay. So let's try to check pero sa atong calculator. Can you kabalo mo sa paggamit sa atong calculator simultaneously how to solve this one? FAB and FAC simultaneously? Kabalo mo, class?
Dili po, sir.
Sound,
Di wala
sir.
ko kasulay.
Go to it's go to your mode and then two equations to a known. So, man na siya how do I ano siya? So, i-discuss ko ninyo ha. Makita pa ninyo akong screen. So, I'll use my calculator. I go to asa man ron? Mode. Tara. Naamoy na sa yung calculator, two equations to unknowns.
Wala, sir.
Wala, sir.
Na siya.
Pobre among calcio, sir.
Calc modern naman, sir.
Ha?
Calc modern.
Dili. Taadyo din ano yung calculator.
An
Ato ka sa
na sir.
na. Inani nga form AX BY is equal to CN. Kita mo sa inyo kag mode yung kana pangitaan na.
Yes, sir.
So your equation
Just
has to be in
another.
the form of AX plus BY. So meaning to say these are your two unknowns. Your unknowns are A and B. So these are the coefficients of your unknown. Okay? Your AN and BN, that is your unknowns. And that are your two unknowns. Your CN is just the constant. So unsa man tong, let's say our AN is equal to FAC. Unsa to ganito? What is our FAC? That is cosine 70. So let's asa to ron. So this is cosine, is this in the form of degrees? Yes. Cosine 70. So that is our A. Our B is, so natin what our B. When you try to transpose here, because our equation, our calculator has the format AX, A plus BX, I plus BY is equals to C. So therefore, your second unknown has to be in this form. So this becomes a negative, tama? So this is negative cosine 30. So the way to write this one is just FA cosine 70 minus FAB cosine 30 is equals to 0. So if we write this one, you will be in this form, okay? If you transpose, because the right side is equal to, should be constants, okay? Class, nag-gets ninyo pa? No?
So among input sir kay negative cosine 30.
Negative cosine 30. So akong i-input. Negative, something negative. Negative cosine 30. And then, pila imong C? Kiring dapita. What is the value of your C?
0.
0. So you input 0. C, you input C as equal to 0. Equal to 0. So napunta na ka din sa kaduwang equation. So now we're looking at the second equation. This second equation. So what is your FA? So your FAC should be consistent. So this is your A, ANX. So this is your BN. So what is your A? So you input sine 30, tama? Hello. Nagets ninyo? Nganong sine 30 nganong dili cosine kuan? Hello.
Sa kaduha ng equation sir.
Sa ikaduhang equation, because if you try to look at our calculator, naka-highlight na ko sa ikaduhang equation. Okay? Hello?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Na-follow ha? So nganong sine 70 man, nganong dili sine 30 ang akong AX?
We should be
Because,
consistent, sir, with AC.
yes, because akong A nga gi-assume is the AC. So you have to understand that this is also the AC. So this is sine 70 or ato na lang siyang i-rewrite para di mo maglibog. So to equation 1. So to equation 1 na to. Sige, please dictate. Para dito maglibog ha, para ma-follow dyan ninyo. FAC cos 70 is equals to FAC cos 30. So FAC cos 70 is equals to FAB ba to? FAB cos 30. So this is our equation 1. But ang nasa atong calculator, the function, ang ato siyang sundon nga equation is A and X plus B and X is equals to C. This should be in the form. Our calculation, our constant has to be in this form. So in order to qualify for this form, let's say I'm assuming that this is FAC and B is in the form of FAB. So this is FAC cosine 70 plus, I know, this becomes minus because ako siyang i-transpose. There is a precast FAB cos 30 is equals to 0. So my A is, like, my coefficient is cos 70 for A, for B is negative cos 30, and for C is equals to 0. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now for my equation 2, I have FAB sine 30 sine 70. FAB sine 30 plus FAC sine 70 is equals to W. My A should be FAC, so I write it as FAC sine 30 plus FAB sine 30 is equals to W. So this is now in this form. So my coefficient is 0.70 for A and positive sine 30 for B. And then 1 for C. Okay?
Ibaylo ni mo ang FAB o FAC, sir.
Yes, para consistent.
Ah.
Because this one is A
Yes, sir. Kuha na, sir.
and this one is B. You have to be consistent. Divide lang siya. Kuha na ha?
Yes, sir. Kuha na, sir.
So this is sine. Saan itong unas? Yes? Hello?
Sine
Hello?
70.
Side 70.
Sine 70.
What's itong A sine? Sine 70?
Sine
70
Sine
degrees.
70.
And then, ang atong B is sine 50. Sine 30, right?
Sine
30.
30.
And then, ang
Sine
atong
30,
C
sir.
is, atong C is
1.
1. Tama?
Yes, sir. 1.
Just W.
Yes, sir.
So, therefore, ang atong FAC is 0.87938. Therefore, FAC is what's to? Automatic na siya nagawa sa calcul. That is 0.8793. Tama ba? Mo ba niya itong nasolve? 8. No. 8. 0.8793. 938 W.
Ano, sir, no?
Eh?
FAC to.
Oo.
Una.
That is FAC. FAC, tama ba? Kailan ito itong FAC times of W? Oh, nara, 0.888 dira. Pero, if you try to, pwede siyang mo 0.88, 0.879 man siya. So, FAB is, let's go back to our calcu. And you hit another equals, that is 0.3473. That is 0.3473. 0.3473 W. So, try to check if pareha ba siya. 0.3473 W. Wala. 0.3473. And then we also get number 5 is 0.88. 0.88 siya, but the correct value really is 0.87938. So it's still the same. So that is just mga calculation techniques. Because we have two equations, two unknowns, then we can simultaneously solve this one. So nagets ra?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So in the
sir.
exam, actually we will be using a lot of this when we go with process because in process we will be dealing with two equations, two unknowns, and then it would be easier if we will just use this mode of our calculator. However, it's just that dapat kabalo mo unsaon pag-solve katong pag mais-mais, which is kaning ang atong gibuhat pero dapita. Saan siya pag-substitute the values in order na maka-arrive ta ani diring dapita. Saan nato siya pag-arrive. But since kabalo naman taon saon siya, then might as well we'll just use this functions ato ang calculator para mapadali ta. Okay? So, just try. You can use this as for, I think, murag 3 equations, 3 unknowns mo kaya sa atong calculator. So, okay na ta class? Any other questions? So at least, by using this one, na-gets na to nga nagyuday na rin tanday nga sin 70 diring dapita because nag-equal naman siya og 0.3473 which is ang atong nakuha sa calculated 0.4373 na-check ninyo ni ani sa dang inyong kuan?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Check.
sir.
Okay, at least. So you just have to be consistent you have to arrange your equation such that you have consistent nga ang imong first nga equation or you have to rewrite it nga such that nga first unknown is really nga same po siya nga first unknown diri sa ikaduha nimo nga equation. Okay? So if wala na may mga questions, then pwede na natong i-end ang ato ang discussions and then we will continue with pwede na continue on Saturday. So,
Okay, sir.
mag-attendance
Pero
ako.
pwede may mga yung screenshots, ana, sir.
Oh, sir,
yes,
mga
yes.
iyon.
Kaya kanina
Sige.
nag-discuss, sir. Wala, magugo, sir. Niya, wala ko kasunod nagtarong ba? Parang ma-recall na nagbasa-basa. Thank you, sir.
Oh, sige. So, napa ba diri si Aliona Tanoy?
Yes, sir.
Banwa Rosbel? Banwa. Wow, not listening. Justin May Batadlan.
Napa, sir.
Amano Bonjo.
Apa, sir?
Kevin Lee, say present.
Present, sir.
Mark Dinsel.
Banwa present, sir.
Present Cabrera Magdinson, sir.
Wenisa.
Nasa present, sir.
May Sabado. May Sabado.
Sir Caroline, sir. Present.
Caroline May Sabado, yes. Aaron Carl
Present, sir.
Catilo. Aaron Carl Catilo. Aaron Carl, wala. Princess Jane Cudera.
Cudera present, sir.
Criswin de la Cruz.
Present, sir, De La Cruz.
Mark Tampio. Chris Mark Tampio.
Present, sir.
Diana Jane Tubarong.
Present, sir.
Epan Art Joseph.
Epan present, sir.
PK.
Present, sir.
Garcia John William.
Present, sir.
Hans Jasper Bilonghilot.
Bilang nila, sir. Present.
Bilonghilot, okay. Jane Villosilio.
Present, sir.
Jean Cañete.
Present,
Jean.
sir. Present, sir.
Jella May Valerio.
Present, sir.
Jemima Hamito.
Present, sir.
Jerisa Joy Cabasag. John Angelo
Present, sir.
Secreto. John Mark Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, present, sir.
Salde.
Salde, present, sir.
Kadayday Renil.
Present, sir.
Tim Floyd Tubak.
Present, sir. Tubak, sir. Present.
Kim De La Torre,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Kimberly Fritz Suelto,
Present Walter, sir.
Kyle Janil Perez,
Present, sir.
Larona Lindsay Marie,
Present, sir.
Micaela Liera, Judith
Present, sir.
Tony,
Anthony present, sir.
Maongko Gwen Trixie,
Maong ko present, sir.
Buena John Charles,
May buena present, sir.
Mel Antoinette Amorin.
Amorin present, sir.
How are you related to Sarah Amorin?
Ako, ang cousin, sir.
Okay. Michael John Moran,
Moran present, sir.
Nico Onez,
Onya, sir, present.
Onez, okay. Freely Don Miral,
Present, sir.
Dave Planteras,
Planteras present, sir.
Sudario, Precious April,
Dario present, sir.
Bayato Princess Jane, Bayato, Jenny Rose Ragosta,
Ragosta present, sir.
Renasha Faith Milka,
Renasha present, sir.
Raymer Ferrer,
Ferrer present, sir.
Ricania Purple,
Ricania present, sir.
Rogen Conzon,
Conzon present, sir.
Rowan Morados,
Morados present, sir.
Ruiz Aljim,
Ruiz present, sir.
Santillan John Fell,
Present.
Shiltil Sala, is it Shiltil?
Yes, sir. Sala present, sir.
Oh, malaki din siya. Okay, I like your name.
Shell.
Shellan Phil Tansiko. Shellan.
Chico present, sir.
Okay, I'm kuan lang yung random lang yung ginakuan lang nako because I want to be familiar with your names kay baso niya. Sumagang Israel,
Present, sir.
Shara Maytan. Okay.
Present.
Vincent J. Okay. Vincent J. Tinae.
Present, sir.
Lindel Tindok.
Present, sir.
Miko Tumimbang. Tristan Carlo Memes.
Memes present, sir.
Ichivaria.
Present, sir.
Angeli Victoria.
Victoria present, sir.
And Wakai Leia.
Wakay present, sir.
So, muna lang yung nabilin ka ron. Sus, tinuos ko. Asa naman yung tawning uban?
Excuse me, sir. Kanang Aaron
Yes.
Katilok, sir, kay present ko na, sir, gabag lang iyang mic.
Okay. Matilo. Sige. So, we will meet again on Saturday.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Natawag niyo mo si Toy, sir.
Yes. Kasi wala makariting og turo. Or wala na ako natawag. Anyway, so
Sir,
I acknowledge nga presence ka. Oo.
Sir.
Sir, present.
Fortuito, how are you related to our Fortuito nga faculty?
Cousin sa ata mi, sir.
Okay. Sibulan sad ka?
Sa Mindanao ko, sir. Di pa alam.
Okay. So, any other questions, class, with regards
Sir.
to ang na-discuss karon?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sampio.
Kwan, sir, makain niyo ako screenshot tong sa calcio ganin mo, sir, kay para magsulay-sulay po ka to, sir. Baka wala ko kasunod yun na.
Screenshot sa calculate. This one?
Sir, kana. Anam,
Okay. Screenshot.
Thank you, sir.
Ikaw. Sa mani, niya na lang. Ako na lang i-save. Sendan natin ikaw later. Sa group, brother. Kung sa man, wala na mo ilang questions?
Excuse me, sir. Bayato, present. Naglag akong cellphone.
Oo, sabay ito. Naglag. Okay. Kisa man yung mga nagkuhan na rin. Sana all. Epan present, sana online. O nga naman na, Kim De La Torre. Tan present, Bayato present. Okay. Pearly Dawn Meral. O, unsa yung klase ganina?
Nag-assign og reporting sa PE, sir. Nya nagpa-kuan sad sa schedule kay conflict.
So, kumusta nagkaklase mo ganina sa inyong kuan? G10 ba to? 10A? Kaya mo rin kuan mo dyan ganina. Nagklase mo tanan sa yung GA 10A?
Wala, sir.
Oh, sayang. Sa'yo tatag na kumandon. Okay, so class, okay na ko. So wala na mo ako mo send ra ko ron sa atong unsa ning atong na discussan. This one ako ni siyang i-send dito sa ato nga group sa GC, and then so we will have more examples of this next time on Saturday, and then probably next week after that we can have our first exam.
Also, trusses man sir no sa Saturday.
Yes, mag-discuss sa tag-trusses sa Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
Sige, unsa pa man?
Sir, matag na kag ani sir no? Voice.
Matag ko ani katatonggi. Ay, what do you mean voice? Dili voice.
I mean dili voice kaning video or
Dili
lesson.
sa video. Kato lang kung saan niya akong nasulat diri kani tanan.
Oh,
In PDF format lang. And then oo. In PDF format lang ni siya. Ay mo gakuan because in every after kada kuman sa akong klase, I always give lecture notes kung sa atong na discussan. Ano.
Asta tong mga na ay terms, sir.
Oh, yes, kato siya. Ako sa satata. Hatagat sa tamuan to. Kung asa
Okay,
tama
sir.
itong
Thank you.
na-discuss. Oo. Sige. Last one. Wala na, Jay. Wala nila yung mangutana.
Magkabay na itong
Sorry.
Sir, good
Sige,
afternoon.
padayon. Yes, Kimberly.
Na, unsang book ang imong gibasihan ani, sir?
By Singer nga book. Strength of Materials nga book by Singer. Ferdinand
fourth
Singer.
edition, sir. Fourth edition.
Regardless if unsa siya nga edition, same ra mas na content. So, unsa yung book nga na available ninyo karon, so doesn't okay ra na siya. Basta kay it's a Singer book. Then, ang akong exam kay dili man pwede ra. So, okay ra.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sige, Kim, unsa man imong last nga message, Kim? Langas-langas man kayo kaganina. Kim De La Torre.
Ha? Ako?
Oo.
Pa man, sir?
Si Tubak to, sir.
Ha?
Murag si Tubak tong ni kuan ganina, sir, work my question.
Okay. Sige, wala na kuan class. Pwede na tang i-adjourn na natong class. And thank you for
Nasa like question, sir.
Ay, sige, unsa man.
Nganong wala daw ka ni apas namo, sir?
We'll talk about that sa separate meeting. Ito, questions ka related sa atong discussion?
Wala na, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Sir.
Mamers day pa ko, sir. Bye-bye.
Class, wala na. Okay na. Sige, bye-bye mo. Out na ko.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bless you,